Hello, good morning, good afternoon, or whatever the case may be. Microphone's working okay. Camera seems to be working okay. Lighting is kind of like blah. Hi. Good morning, everyone. Or good afternoon, or whatever the case may be. I go by Mechanical Beanstalk. I'm a variety streamer who tries to do more off-the-radar games, which includes games that have a very strong community presence, or modded presence, or indies, or retros that need a little bit more time in the spotlight. We're going over, it's not really an unknown, Warhammer 40,000, right? I was a big fan of the Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader role-playing game for a number of years, the pen and paper role-playing game. And yeah, when it came out, I fell in love with it, and we've been playing Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader among some other Warhammer 40,000 games on an unofficial Warhammer 40,000 Sunday, right? So, unofficial, not official, right? So yeah, if you're unfamiliar with Warhammer 40,000, in the far-off future of 40,000 plus, life is cheap. Mankind's empire is very grossly oversized and bloated. Technology is treated with almost like a spiritual reverence, and faster light travel and interstellar communications are achieved through the hell. HE double hockey sticks. So yeah, that's kind of like the short version of it, but there's like 30 years of like 40 years of like lore to go through. So it's a pretty robust, storytelling medium. And yeah, I love it. It's backwards, it's big, it's bombastic, and it is, it's near and dear to my heart. Right. So we already played through one campaign of this game, Warhammer 40,000, the cRPG. We're playing through it again as Lord Captain Guppo Teawhistle of the Teawhistle dynasty, right? He's what's called a Ratling, which is essentially like just a Warhammer 40,000 Halfling, right? So we're kind of like playing as kind of a little bit of a Fellowship of the Rings type party with a mod called Toy Box. We've added the Ratling race into it. Normally you can't play it as that, but we got that. We got an interesting party dynamic that we're actually playing around with. And yeah, right now we're actually playing through the third DLC, or trying to get to third DLC content. I think we actually have to go through some of the vanilla content in order to get to more of the DLC3 content. So we might be actually doing that today. But anyways, if you like what you see, like to hang out with me, want to help support the channel, be sure to like and follow and subscribe on YouTube and Twitch. It really does help me out. And I really would appreciate it, and you'd be my best friend for doing so. But yeah, let's go over the game. And generally what we do when we do Warhammer 40,000 Sundays, we also talk about Warhammer 40,000 lore. Since I have a lot of experience being a game master in the Warhammer 40,000 pen and paper game, we try to talk a little bit about character building and lore from the kind of slice of the setting that contains a lot of the pen and paper RPG elements, right? So that is to say, in Rogue Trader, in Dark Heresy, you go in terms of like the greater galaxy. Oh, I forgot about this fight. God damn it. I have totally forgot about this fight. Okay. This is, oh my God, it's a change of course. Oh my God, this is going to take so long. Anyways, I don't want to get too distracted by looking at this, but yeah, we usually talk about Warhammer 40,000 lore, like the actually specific settings of the RPG. So say like the Calixtic Sector and the Kronos Expanse and the Jericho Reach and the Screaming Vortex and the settings for... I actually should look into the settings for like Wrath and Glory. I would like to play Wrath and Glory. I actually haven't played it, but I played Black Crusade. I played I've played all the original Warhammer 40,000 pen and paper games, but I haven't played like the newer version that's out concurrently, right? But with that said, yeah, we usually have a little bit of a side tangent where we talk about Warhammer 40,000 lore in the RPG side. And yeah, but for the most part, let's try to figure out how I'm going to get myself out of this mess, because this is... So what we're doing, we are following the story of Lord Captain Guppo Teawhistle of the Ratling Teawhistle dynasty, right? And we were trying to track down a space station with a lot of like gene stealers, right? And gene stealers are kind of like a cult of a fanatical cult dedicated to like an alien race, a devouring alien race that would signal the doom of mankind if given half the chance, right? So we're trying to track it down to a space station. We're trying to not fight the space station. We're not really... it's not really going very well so far. Generally, a lot of ship combat in Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader, in the cRPG, and in the pen and paper RPG. Kind of like ships of the line, where you kind of like slowly... It's not like Star Wars or Star Trek, where you're like, zipping around and like around capital ships and doing like laser fire. It's more like large, slow, lumbering movements where the ships kind of like line up their broadsides on the side of their ship and like, pepper them with like giant, building-sized cannons, right? Yeah, so this is very big. Each ship is like, if you put it down to it, it's like kilometers long. So yeah, this space station is very big. And our ship is called the Hearth and Home. And I don't even remember what my strategy was. I think what my strategy was last time, man, I might actually have to come back later on, because I did have a strategy getting into this. The problem is that you start off here. There's a few ships that are easy to deal with it for the most part, but the space station itself is like so heavily armored, and armed. It's like really hard to get through. So we were having a lot of problems trying to get through the space station last time and destroy it, right? I did sort of have a problem a plan last time, but I can't really, for the life of me, I can't remember what it was. So, all the guns are probably going to target me and kill me right now. And there's also, like, yeah, there's... Yeah, oh yeah, the right Fury interceptors. So we were able to go through. We were able to, I think, destroy like, yeah, we're able to destroy most of the guns. There's only one more gun, but now we're about to die. So Dev, good morning, Dev. How's it going? Should I just? Ah, man, I can't remember what I was going to do. Let's load. Let's go back in time a little bit. Try to remember what we're going to do. Let's see. Let's go here. I might have to just like totally like abandon this combat and come back later when my ship is a little bit stronger. Because there's a couple things that I could have actually done to my ship to make it a little bit better, right? We could level it up. We could have a little bit more hull points. We could have a little bit better gear. I know like one of the broadside cannons on one side of my ship has a little bit more short range than the other. So we could come back with better weapons and we would have a much better chance at actually taking this thing down, right? And plus, I think it's... I don't want to spend the entire stream just repeatedly dying and loading through all the extreme long loading times. Oh my lord, god damn. Anyways, what were we talking about? So like last week, in like we've been talking about this for the last like 3 or 4 weeks or so. We were talking about character generation in the Rogue Trader pen and paper game, and we had a discussion about how it is sort of intimidating for like new players to get into Warhammer 40,000 role playing, simply because the morality of like a typical person, there's tons and tons of lore you actually have to deal with if you're new, if you're unfamiliar with the setting. It's not like a typical sci-fi setting. It's more like kind of like almost like a science fantasy or fantasy science setting where you're in space, but everything's kind of treated more like backwards and not everything. And like if you're a new player, it's kind of intimidating, right? You're not really sure like where do I even begin. And I made the case, like I think about 4 weeks ago, that you can start Rogue Trader specifically. I mean, kind of like that in a lot of the other Warhammer 40,000 role-playing games, but more specifically Rogue Trader, because they can actually take agents from like anywhere in the Imperium and bring them onto their ship. So they can have, you can be from a character that is more akin to like a D&D world, or not necessarily magic, but you can be a character that from a D&D world, or like a Western world or something like that, or a setting that most players are actually familiar with, and bring it important over to Rogue Trader. I think the setting is fairly versatile for that, the pen and paper game that is. And I was trying to say is that we were trying to build a Star Trek character based on Captain Picard from the Star Trek The Next Generation, and a ship that kind of is comparable to the Enterprise D from Star Trek The Next Generation, with the argument that like in the Warhammer 40,000 universe, it's just the Imperium of Man that actually contains the majority of like humans is so overblown and overgrown and overpopulated. You'll have like certain pockets of humanity that are technically aligned with the Imperium, but actually haven't really heard of the Imperium, right? So it's totally possible you can actually end up with a ship and a crew of players that have the like different morality system than anything in Warhammer 40,000. You can have like, oh, we treat human life with a certain type of dignity. We're here to explore and like get the benefit to mankind. That comes with certain challenges for the dungeon master or the game master in a Warhammer 40,000 pen and paper game, but it is possible, and I think it's more accepting to a lot of players that typically would be a little bit more put off by Warhammer 40,000 role-playing. That's what I'm trying to get at, right? So like the last few times, we'll try to wrap up our discussion on bringing Star Trek themes into Warhammer 40,000. I think we did pretty well last week with designing the Glorious D, right? I think that's what we're talking about. It's something like that. Or the Glorious Enterprise or something like that, right? We'll kind of wrap the discussion this week if we ever get into like a few loading screens that actually take a very long time, we'll switch over. We'll talk about Warhammer 40,000 role-playing. But yeah, my point being is that you can add any sort of number of parties and party compositions and people to the setting, right? It's very versatile, more so than you might think, right? The dev. Well, not too great. Trying to get by. The other late cat died today, Tuesday. She was 18. Oh, I'm so sorry, Dev. Oh, best wishes to you. I'm sorry. Yeah, I've been through that. I had it. I've only had to put one cat down in my life, and she was around that age. Yeah. But, my current cat, Toby, like majority of people in the audience know Toby. He's a tabby cat. You could probably go grab him right now. He's 18. He's actually doing pretty well. My last cat that I had to put down was a tabby and was 18. So he's kind of like around that elderly age. But like Toby is not really that bad. I think he's losing his hearing. And he's losing some teeth. But overall, like he's not having any digestive problems or bladder problems or anything like that. He seems to be fairly happy, right? So, hopefully we get a number of good years out of Toby. Everyone loves Toby in the audience. So anyways, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do here. I don't think, Miss. Oh, because it's in the cloud. I think I'll do like one turn of this and then I'll just kind of abandon the fight. Like I feel like I could do this. Like there is a way to do this, but I'm not. Can I end my turn here? No, I have to go here. Yeah. Okay.
I know this tremor. Our shields are weakening.
Okay. And one more.
Our future.
Ooh. Yeah, I probably will have to just... Yeah, I'm just going to load outside of the combat and get out of here. Because I don't think I'm ready for this combat. I think I could do it. There's certain... I could, like, approach a certain angle where I can kind of get... Because there's a sweet spot in those cannons on the space station where if you go too far, you get their long-range attacks that actually hit you really hard. And if you go too close, they can actually damage you. But there's kind of like a sweet spot where you're not necessarily going to be able to get hit with as many shots. But it's all about like maneuvering around your ship, which is like the tabletop version, right? Like in Warhammer 40,000, like the tabletop RPG, it's all about. I actually think some people say that the Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader tabletop RPG is like some of the combat is not the greatest. I think it still needs a little bit of work, yes. It needs a little bit of house rolling to make it perfect. But especially, I think they did a really good job on the ship combat in that game, because it's more like what you're saying in the cRPG, where you have like your long range las and your short range, and the shields system in the tabletop game are much different. But overall, it's just kind of the same, where you're positioning, you're maneuvering like a ship of the line. They're very large, pondering ships. And you have to take into consideration like what angle you're going to be firing on, and every player in the party has to say like, am I going to be manning this this gun this turn? Am I going to be manning this gun? Are we going to be trying to get really close up to the enemy and like bombard it from like close range so we get a little bit more damage? That's kind of like what a typical space combat scenario is in the tabletop game, where you have to. You're not able to just kind of like turn on the dime, and you can't stop moving for the most part because your ship has so much mass in it. You move and you just keep on going, right? So it's, I don't think there's any, there's no special turn abilities in the tabletop thing. Like if you overshoot your target, like, well, that kind of sucks, right? But you can't turn on a dime and then like go forward, turn on a dime, and then head back. It doesn't really work like that, but it takes a lot of planning from the people in the party, and I think it's really fun. I actually would like to do it. I think I was saying in some of the other streams that if I ever went back to GMing a Warhammer 40,000 campaign, I probably would. One of the things I would like to do is do a naval or a pirate campaign, or just a heavy ship combat campaign. But with that said, I think that's the place that we have to go to. I think, we have to wait. So I think we have to do the vanilla quests. So we can go to 𝕿𝖗𝖆𝖊𝖊, bring Heinrichs there. I don't like Heinrichs very much in this campaign. I liked him pretty much. I liked him well enough in the last campaign, but in this one, he's just all in my case. He's calling me a He's implying that I'm a heretic. God damn it, Heinrich. But yeah, if we can find a way to eject Heinrichs out of an airlock, that would be great. I would like that. If you guys have any suggestions how to do so, I would be up for doing that. We can find creative ways of arranging accidents for Heinrichs. Anyways, let's see here. There's Promethean, Plasteel, Adamantine in here. We need weapons. We kind of do need Adamantine a little bit, actually. We need people. We need provisions. Actually, let's mine some Adamantine while we're here. Go here, mine some Adamantine. Go out. We'll get. It's probably better that we're actually doing the vanilla quests. Wait, what's this? Is this new? I don't remember this guy. It's probably better that we're doing some of the vanilla quests, simply because we do need some more. We do need more money, and the colonies are the best way to actually making money in this game. I think we actually already. I think we might be mining it already now that I think about it. I think we are. Yeah, we already are. Oh, that's fine. Who are you? I don't remember you. The former 𝕿𝖗𝖆𝖊𝖊𝖗 colony greets you with Vox silence. It would seem the ship has been deserted in the time you've been gone. Okay, interesting. Oh, is this the crew? There was they're salvagers, right? Or the crew dismantled vessel down to the last cog. Yes. The workers and servitors hastily flood the empty decks. Your people will need to find time to fully dismember the old ship, but until then, this forgotten chunk of metal belongs to the von Valentius dynasty. Okay. Okay. I don't know what that does. Doesn't say anything, but okay. Sure. Why not? Sorry, Dev. I actually missed that. Did you like Quest for Glory the other night? Did you think you'll return to it? I think I would be up for returning to it. I think it did fairly well, on YouTube and Twitch. One thing I was kind of interested in trying out also would be the fan-made one. There's one that was it's like Quest of Glory, but you're kind of like a thief or something from a more shadowy black market type setup. That seemed very interesting to me. But I would, and there's so many like Quest for Glory games. I'd be up for returning to it. Yeah, it's all about kind of like balancing my time with real life stuff and the type of stuff I want to do, just because we do like more like retros and like more obscure titles. So I have to kind of figure out like what would be the best to spend time on, because we also want to grow with something that's not necessarily going to get a lot of traffic. So it's difficult, but I'd be up for it. Let's see, save. Oh, you know what? Hold up. Let's see here. I think one of the problems I had in that last space combat was my weapon was pretty... Let's see here. Torpedo, starboard, port. I think one of the weapons was like short range. Yeah, short range. Long range. Let's not do short range anymore, please. Torpedo tubes. Short range. Oh my lord. Can I... Wait, okay. Oh well, whatever. Maybe I'll do that some other time. Let's check this out. Where am I? Let's go here. Yeah, we should not ever have short range stuff. I don't know, maybe. Kind of depends. Short range is not necessarily a bad thing to do in the campaign. Ooh, there's more stuff over here too. You could just do it. I don't know. Whoop. Ship enforcers notified officers about strange insect-like creature appearing on the astropathic chamber deck. The entire entity was destroyed, but the incident was recalled a few days later when one of the astropaths lost his mind, shrieking about a splitting headache. The psyker perished shortly after, and the autopsy revealed the presence of countless bloated larvae consuming his brain. Ah, I see. The corpse and the insects were safely disposed of. The ship has left the hostile immaterium and returned to real space. Yes, just another day. Streamboo, hey, what's going on? We wouldn't be able to, a proper stream without Streamboo. The first game was kind of generic, but the series gets better as the game goes on, and they each have strong setting themes. My faves are 3 and 4. Okay, cool. But I think it's really cool that like you're able to like transfer your characters between the games also. The only thing is, if you get to 2, you probably want the fan remake, because it's the one where the official point and click redo, so it's the original text. Okay, cool. Yeah. Like I was saying during the stream, I don't know, like some of the... What's going on? Why can't I? Okay. What was I saying? Where was I going with this? Where am I, guy? Where am I? Where am I? Wait. Hold up. Okay, here am I. Yeah, so, I guess it's not really too relevant, but I mentioned during the stream that the King's Quest II had a really great like fan remake also, and I was a big fan of that. Yeah. Profit factor isn't spent on buying items, but service is a simple prerequisite. If you have enough profit factor, you can not purchase the item. It was simply yours for the taking. You know, one thing that I do think the cRPG kind of falls short on is the reminder to the players, like how rich you are, right? It's never really comes up like in this game, but like rogue traders are very, very wealthy and well connected, right? So it's not unusual for a rogue trader to kind of be, you know, going into an area and he's all blinged out and he has like treasures on him. He's like gold necklace, diamond necklace, like a pendant that has like a like a small dying star, a miniaturized dying star inside, something weird like that, you know? Like that, the lavish luxury lifestyle of a rogue trader isn't really present in the cRPG, which I guess it's more of like a fluff. It's never really going to come up. It can just be kind of like distracting, but still, like one of the things about the tabletop RPG that you usually encounter is that you have so much more wealth than a typical person would have, right? So, and you have tons and tons of opportunity to flaunt, you know, how wealthy you are compared to the average Joe. Begin scan! Just go to the screen, like just start screaming at it. Scan! Scan now! Okay, yes. Get some promethium, yes. What do we have here? What are we doing? Oh, hello there. Is the city on here? The Santiel's Pride, okay. The Santiel's Pride hives are oozing noxious haze veined with sulfuric streaks. The promethium fumes from the gigantic distilling cauldrons located beyond the temperature shields. A vast, endless deadlands littered with spots of promethium stations and refineries separate the colossi of rockcrete and adamantine with its crown of gargantuan spires. The heat of the star system has turned the world into a boiling but lucrative gland within the body of House Corda Protectorate. It is hard to tell which is more impressive, the grotesque grandeur of this place or its extreme toxicity. Okay, cool. Not my planet, one of the other rogue traders, but interesting. Cool. King's Quest is some of the earliest I remember playing as a wee lad. Yeah, King's Quest was pretty fun. I think the series is kind of dead, though. Wait, what is this? Adamantine. I do not have any extractium. What is this little grid I'm seeing right here? Is this... Am I going crazy? Like, what is... There's like a little grid right here. Huh. Okay. That's strange. Huh. Anyways. Kibla is the finest assassin in the Bloodspun Web. The Bloodspun Weeb. Should I go... We have 5... I mean, should we actually... should we just kind of go and do the 𝕿𝖆𝖊𝖊𝖃 stuff? I kind of would like to explore down here, but... let's just go here. Why not? Say beep 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 boop beep boop 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 boop. Like and follow and subscribe. Oh, that's a good reminder. Guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like and follow and subscribe on YouTube and Twitch. Really would appreciate it if you would do so. Current goal over on YouTube is to get to 1K subscribers, just so we can actually, you know, more specifically use the partnership program, and grow the channel. So, yeah, definitely like and follow and subscribe. It really does help me out. Okay. I guess we're just going to do vanilla quests. Enemies to humanity have been spotted aboard the ship. Warp beasts have enthralled the crew in charge of the macro cannons and massacred those who resisted the heresy. The Lord Captain is their only hope! Sure. Why not? Yeah. Boo. Yeah! Yeah! Mutiny! Yeah. Ah, yes. I was beginning to fall asleep at the wheel. There's nothing like a good mutiny to keep one alert. Okay. Let's see, which scenario is this? Is this the scenario that is more in... Anyways, just a recap. I'll try to go through this really quick, but we have... most of my guys are going to be Ratling. They're like little tiny, you know, eensy-beensy little like halfling, space halfling guys. We got... and I have certain voiced companions in the game that we've kind of modded over to be, you know, Ratlings as well, and like have different archetype layouts. But Captain Guppo supports Overseer, right, with his Cyber Eagle Barnabas, right? We have Solomorn, which is more like a warrior build for his guy, and he has a Cyber Corgi, Clado, right? We have Blademaster J with Eldar Pistol, Eldar Sword. We have big old buff version of Irolet with his just like a heavy gunner Irolet. We do have a Overseer Idira, a little tiny thing, a little eensy weensy, and she has her Cyber Raven, so don't want to spend too much time on that, but I just want to let you guys know. And where are we going? Where are we going? Where's the heretics? Oh, look at all this warp smoke in here. Let's see. Solomon! Take points!
Sweeping the area.
Okay, this is this gonna be... I think this is gonna be the corn battle. Yeah, it's the corn one. Okay, so I think I need to stay over here. Wait for them to come to me. So I think corn. So we go like we're here. We go Captain Guppo.
Let's move.
And we go. Go like this.
You love to take charge, don't you?
Yes.
Go like
Say no
that. 𝕿𝖗𝖆𝖊𝖃. Go like right here. Try to get this out of the way really quickly. Can I? Actually, you know what? Can I just... Can I nail this guy with a grenade? See how close I can actually get without triggering combat. This is like one more, come on.
I'll check the perimeter.
There we go. There you go. Dodge! Oh, but I hit 𝕿𝖗𝖆, of course. And like 𝕿𝖗𝖆 went there, but he came back. Sure. Sure, whatever. Prepare for action. Get your characters into action stance. Let's see here. Boop. And Lord Captain Guppo. Do 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 do. Guppo Teawhistle. Boop. 𝕿𝖗𝖆. Do like something like that. And 𝕿𝖗𝖆. Seems fine. And anyone else? Do we have any bloodthirsty marksmen? We got autogun. Autogun, axe, bloodletter. Nothing too crazy. Should I actually have Solomon go off on his own? I don't think so. Ba 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 ba. Do 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 do. Let's actually do. Yeah, let's bring him back for now. Got 𝕿𝖗𝖆. Can you make the shots? Yeah! No, he can't. Never mind. Okay, cool. Oh, yeah, right. He has the thing. Okay, so 𝕿𝖗𝖆 has the... what I can never remember what the architect is called, but archetype, rather. But we have Grand Strategist Operative version of 𝕿𝖗𝖆, right? We made him into like a sniper. Energy weapon sniper, more like specifically like Eldar sniper weapons. That's what I'm going for. Let's see here. Rear... I think it's like rear is... I can't remember how I built him, but I think rear is good. So we do rear. Feel like rear, and then we do blah, 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 blah. Do fronts. And then we'll do like this.
Astute observation.
Set up our little strategy areas right here. Don't feel like I'm not doing this right. Hold up. That's it. That's fine. Okay, cool. Up, boop. I think like some of them have like different. I think it's like healing or something like that. Man, it feels. Oh well, I did skip this game last week. That's why. It feels like I haven't played this in forever. Yeah. Oh my God. Last week was just like so crazy in real life. It's like so much work, man. Like every single day was like 9 to like 10 hours of work. Don't like it. Don't like it at all. We do, yeah. Can we go here?
I cannot comply.
Cool. That's fine. Let's do that.
Perilous but necessary excursion.
Magneral Blast. Definitive Vine Work. Evan blesses, grants blessing of the Omnissiah to himself or an ally within 7 cells for 1 round to increase their armor and damage dealt. You got it. Got it.
A valid argument.
Okay. And snipe. Sounds fine. Too far away. Let's do boop. And then we should have enough more for 1 snipe. It's fine. And then we can do free movement.
A valid argument.
Cool.
Chaos guides me.
Scarf my collection.
Okay. I think I can shoot this guy, can I? Am I going crazy? No. That's fine. I can do this and then do blitz back here. Let's see here. Like this. Okay. So I do that. Okay. Okay, cool. Probably move a little bit further, actually. Blitz back whenever I want. So let's do extra shots.
I'm not your Xenos pet monkey.
Should I do anything weird? Should I do some weird stuff? I don't know what I'm saying. Sure.
If it serves your cause.
That's fine. Good enough. Toot.
I understand your intent.
Cool. Blitz is so good, man. Blitz is so good. Like, what is it? Blitz is... How many scores is this? You get free move, 0 AP, free movement. For 1 round, all allies within a range of 10 cells, you can just move to it. Like 10 cell radius to one of your zones. That's so good. Jeez. Anything else I can do? I kind of wish you could delay your movement in this game, like you can in like Pathfinder: Wrath of the Righteous. But it is what it is. La 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 la. Do. Can I do? Go here. Gotta make sure I keep like 1 more pip. So let's do.
You've got a problem? I've got a prize.
Wait, hold up. So this is shot with range weapon. What's the targets immobilized with the weather stuff here? 10 toxic damage, 1 stack of melting. Okay. I'm just kind of wondering, like, about certain things. I'm lost in thought. I'm so deep in thought. Can I do... Okay, so I want this. So I have... Can I hit anyone else?
Don't get too cocky.
Cool. I'm just kind of wondering if I can do anything else. Force couple. Pulls an ally. Let's see here. Wildfire. Do anything else? I can do. Hit anyone else? 2% chance. No percent chance. No percent chance. No percent chance.
I can do that.
Okay. And then just kind of, yeah,
Am I getting paid for this?
go all the way back. Look at this. Look at all this movement. Whee! Cool. Go a hit and run party.
My way.
How dare you? Get your hands off my dog, dude! Hurt my dog. Ow, ow, ow. Okay. Save. Yes. I don't think I want to... Let's see here. User deals 1 point impact damage to any enemy within 3 cells and pulls that enemy to themselves. Okay, so I can't really do it right now. Too far away. But... I don't want to have any, like, stacks of fire on this guy if I don't have to. Let's see here. How about 𝕿𝖗𝖆𝖉𝖊𝖗? Just kind of choke this area up with him, 𝕿𝖗𝖆𝖉. Oh, poor doggy. We got 4 AP. Can I get close without... It's kind of hard to tell, like, where the fire starts. I don't think this space is going to be... Doesn't have fire, but... I kind of want to get close.
Moving into position.
I'm not going to risk it. I don't want any fire. No fire for me, please. Thank you.
I'll take it as a priority.
So much fire. Anything else? Anything else I can do? Can I taunt? Can't really taunt. Can't really do much, can I? I can do blitz. Cool. Yeah, I guess. I don't know what else I can do. Growl, maybe?
One of us would be enough.
Oh, I can bite again. Bite.
Let's test our skills, 𝕿𝖗𝖆𝖉𝖊𝖗.
No. Good dog. Good dog, 𝕿𝖗𝖆𝖉𝖊𝖗. Anything else? Oh, this is like strafe or something. Run. Okay. Well, interesting. Keep on going. I love when they hit their own guys. It's always fun. Ah, yes. Amazing. Bye. Well, corn care is not where the blood flows. Only that it does, right? Oh, my poor dog. Oh my god. These guys are so bad. My poor dog. I'm so sorry, puppy. Can I do... Where's my bird? Bird. Get a buff for everyone.
Stay close, 𝕿𝖗𝖉𝖊𝖗.
I'd like to give me a buff. See, now what? Bird. Can I do, like, move here and not get fire?
Damn. What was
No
the
fire?
command again?
Ow, bird! Bird! I mean, 𝕿𝖗𝖉𝖊𝖗... Gotta get... here. Bird. I mean, 𝕿𝖗𝖉𝖊𝖗 would be happy that I would take... So long as I take heretics out, I think heretics out, I think 𝕿𝖗𝖉𝖊𝖗 would be happy, right?
On it.
I'm sorry, 𝕿𝖗𝖆. Yeah. Let's go back here. Lord Captain Guppo, the amazing man, extremely virile, handsome, space explorer. Look at those like beautiful curls in his hair, man. All the ladies love Captain Guppo. Captain Guppo, man. I am Guppo Teawhistle. You demon shall fear me. What shall I do? I don't know. Let's give some buffs, I suppose.
Suits my purposes. All too easy.
Let's do a thing. Go here. And unleash Barnabas. There you go. Unleash him. Let's see here. Strafe. Oh, we have yeah, live bait as well. We only have 3 pips. Observe vision. Blinding strike. Yeah, sure. Why not? And then can I obstruct vision? Wait, is this guy? Let's kill this guy.
Nothing I can't do.
One of my younger kittens is not doing very well. I think he ate something weird, so he has kind of some sort of like stomach cramps. So he's kind of whining a little bit about it. Poor little baby. Strafe. I got one more pip. Can I do... Can I do anything? Oop. And then I do... Yeah, that's fine. Let's do that. Cool. Fun. And... do that. Move them over here. And I will put a bait on Solomon. Cool. Where you going, buddy? Okay, sure. La 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 la. Here. Oh, I gotta make sure to actually refresh all the buffs on these things. Oop. Kill zone.
Executing command.
And let's do. This guy hasn't even moved, has he? Let's do. Wait, does this? How long does this last? Defend the divine work for 1 round. Okay, got it.
Astute observation.
Okay. We'll snipe this guy again. Cool. Awesome. Okay, and Blitz again.
The machine spirits approve.
Blitz is so good. It's probably one of the best skills in the game, I would say. I'm not that hesitant saying that. Blitz is like one of the best skills. Probably within the top 5, I would say. Best skills in the game. What? Okay, sure. Yelling something. I don't know what it was. Go here.
Swiftly to strike.
And boop. And we have 20. Okay. Press advantage. Sounds good.
It serves your cause.
And what else? That's fine.
I am not your
Bye bye. His head goes flying off. Okay, bye bye. See ya, bitch.
If it serves your cause.
Okay. Yeah. It's going pretty well so far.
Is that my blood?
Let's see here. Nothing much I can do. I think I just have to... Yeah, there's nothing much I can do.
This battlefield air is
I just
good
go
for
here and
my
wait.
lungs.
I don't have to do it like something every turn. Salamorn. Where is 𝕿𝖗𝖆? Can I... How close do I have to be to revive 𝕿𝖗𝖆? 5 cells. Okay, that's not... No. Great. There's nothing I can do. Yeah. Stay. Where do you think you're going, buddy? Yep. Stay in the fire. Hi!
Oh, for Trump's sake.
You suck. Okay. La 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 la. Here.
I know what is to come.
Save, just in case I accidentally explode a brain.
Anything else?
Separate even immediately heals the fall wounds. Oh, I'll save this for 𝕿𝖗𝖆. And can't really do anything else, can I? No, can't really do anything else.
Will do.
Bye-bye. You're just bad. You're just not good. You're not successful at what you do. You are not good. You are a bad cultist. You have been bad and you have failed at everything you've set out to do in your life. And you should feel ashamed. You should. You should feel a level of shame that is appropriate for the amount of failings that you have in your life. Can I do... And can I do... Strafe soaring. Blinding strike. Do that here. Yes. That's fine. Cool.
Not a problem for me.
Cool. Strafe. Can I... wait, hold up. So I have to get closer.
Let's see how they respond to this.
So can I do... Boop. Can I do like... Wait. Strafe? Can I strafe over here? No, now we can't see this guy. Bumblecrunk. La 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 la. Okay, just do it again. I don't know.
Suits my purposes.
Thank you. Can I do... Wait, can I still get back? Yes. Good, 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 good. Good, good, goody, goody gumdrops. We can't go anywhere. Is that the last guy?
All too easy.
I don't like you. I don't care. Sir, I don't care for your face one bit.
Already done.
Chaos guides me.
Cool. La 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 plop 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 plop.
Initiating spatial relocation.
Now I can actually get these guys, can I? 8, 5.
Executing command.
That boop boop.
A valid
I think that's it.
command.
Bye. I think that's it, right?
Blessed augmented
Yay!
and enhanced
Victory!
motor function. and
That's probably like the easiest fight I've had so far.
Victory awaits.
They cannot cure incompetence.
Cool. Excellent. I'm fine. For now. Sure. Why not? Collect all the stuff. Why not? So what did we say to do? We're going to be going to... we're going to be doing 𝕽𝖆𝖊𝖊𝖊, weren't we? Fun. Oh, so I did my... I finally started my Dungeons and Dragons campaign. Right? I think I mentioned that. Yeah, I wasn't... Yeah, I started it after the last Rogue Trader session that we did. I never got back to you guys and talked to you about it. But it went well, you know. It's been a while since I actually was a DM or GM or whatever for any sort of campaign. So, but you know, did some, you know, got my friends together online. We played our first session, and I think I did okay. I think it's always a challenge when a lot of your players always want to be talking at the same time. You know, they put together, you know, like a backstory. They build their characters. They worked really hard on like making like a good character build, and they want to like time to show off, right? But like all the other players at your table want to do that too. So yeah, it's kind of hard. It's definitely a challenge being a GM, I'd say. 𝕽𝖆𝖊𝖊𝖊, unknown ships. Let's scan around. Scan. Begin scan. Yes. Ash World, huh? Begin scan. What's this? This dwarf planet is marked on the Von Valencia's Protectorate charts as Atil and serves as a backup source of water for the habitable worlds of neighboring systems. Due to the abundance of bacteria proliferating in the Atil hydrosphere, the extraction of ice was stopped half a century ago. But much to your officer's surprise, augurs detected an unidentified mining rig deep underground. Presumably, the excavation is aimed at extracting the clay minerals near the planet's core, enriched with iron and other metals. Okay. Send a scouting party or contact the extractium's Fox station. Yeah, contact first. Fellowship test succeeded. The extractium turns out to be 𝕽𝖆𝖆𝖊𝖊𝖊's latest investment. This is my territory, bitch. Whose dimension is located just within a few jumps from the Krantz system. While this world has little value to Von Valencia's dynasty, your officers see this gesture as an attempt to test the boundaries of the newly minted Rogue Trader's leniency. Reports that under law, extractium can be confiscated and compensation claimed through the administrative recorded dynasty for illegal mining. Radar gives the orders to just do this, that. I don't have any problem with making an enemy of Corda, I guess. I think with like Corda, in order to get like her onto your side, you have to be like very Puritan. The Rogue Trader graciously allows 𝕽𝖆𝖆𝖊𝖊𝖊 to feed on crumbs and unworthy of Von Valencia's dynasty's attention, destroy the extracting with a precise shot. The Rogue Trader orders to behead everyone on the legal mining rig and set their heads in 𝕽𝖆𝖆𝖊𝖊𝖊 with the best of wishes. The Rogue Trader decides to keep the extracting for himself with all the workers and services. Yeah, I'd probably want to do that, actually. Rogue Trader commands that the machines be confiscated and put to ship's cargo hold. Okay. So we got extracting can be confiscated and compensation claimed through administrative. Yeah. The frightened workers and the token of security crew did not even attempt to resist under superior forces. The machines are delivered to the flagship's cargo hold, and shortly after, the officers plant the Von Valencia's banner on the spot where the extractium used to be. Yeah, I can get some of these. I would like that. 2. That's fine. As soon as your people return to flagship, you receive an atropathic response from the Administratum Ordinate. The governor of the newest quarter worlds has been implicated on the illegal mining. Perpetrator will be severely punished, and compensation will be sent to the Rogue Trader's treasury immediately. Okay, excellent. Cool. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's see. You know what? Actually, I want to see if I can actually buy better broadside weapons, because I just realized that having a short-range broadside on one of my sides is not good. Not good at all. So let's try to get some better broadsides really quick. Nope. Going back to there. Okay, not sure when we're gonna start with the tabletop role-playing discussion today, but I'll start it off. We'll kind of lead into it. So, like I said before, and early in the stream, the last 4 weeks we've been kind of building a character and a ship in the Rogue Trader tabletop role-playing game. We have the PDFs. We've been kind of going through it all together. As a recap of something we've had so far. Let's see. Don't have a lot about this, guys. I'll go over like the recap of what we actually had. But what can I do to make this like really brief? I'll say that. So we'll go over the fine details of it, but we essentially did a kind of a Captain Picard type character. He was a seneschal, right, instead of a rogue trader himself, right? Simply because we had we wanted to have a very valuable skill set of like fellowship, like charm skills, like diplomacy, and also like finances and like other knowledge skills. And I think that the Seneschal class in Rogue Trader, the pen and paper RPG, did just that, right? So we made him a Seneschal. We made him so he was from a section of the Imperium that it was kind of cut off for the Greater Imperium, didn't really have full knowledge of what he was actually a part of. The Enterprise D, our Glorious D, as we actually made, was a old Mechanicus ship back in like thousands of years ago that was given over to this Federation, right? It actually had a kind of a wanderlust. It had very focused on, it had like an extra 3 torpedo complement. Good, treats its crew well. It does have very good sensors, and it was just really geared well for exploring, right? So we'll touch back into that whenever there's a long load time. Probably like when we load into 𝕽𝖆𝖊𝖊𝖃, it'll probably be a little bit more of a longer load time. I think whenever we play Rogue Trader or do some of these Warhammer 40,000 role-playing games, I think for the next few weeks, what we'll do is we'll try to keep on building characters, right? I think the next thing that I'll probably do would be to make a D&D character in Warhammer 40,000 role-playing, or Rogue Trader, right? Let's see here. Shipping and transportation of goods. Imperial Navy. Let's see if we can actually level that up a little bit. Reputation. It's like tradable. Yes. And then we'll go here. Torpedo tubes. Torpedo tubes capable of firing 4-shot, short-burning plasma torpedoes with 19 damage. 19 damage. Short burning. I forget what short burning does versus plasma in this particular game. Let's do that. Repulsor shield provides 80 points of protection for each sector. This is doubled against enemy kinetic attacks. Sure. We have engine. So can be equipped. This plasma drive provides 12 speed along with a strong acceleration and braking, low braking. That's actually not bad. And the one we have is better for ramming. Buy that. We'll just buy everything. Long range broadsides, which fires 3 shots, dealing 21 damage per shot. It's fine. We got auger ray. Provides voice ship with weapons with targeting data, granting 90% hit chance with 5% hit, 5% critical hit chance. Okay, that's better than what we already have. Flak ammo arsenal allows flak shots to be fired from kinetic macro cannons. A flak shot deals 15 damage to each target in a 3x3 area. That's fine. You can fill your flagship's arsenals with various ammunition that enhance the capabilities of flagship's weapons. The flak ammo arsenal allows you special flak projectiles with the macro cannons. These projectiles have explosive warheads that deal damage in a 1-cell radius around the selected cell. That doesn't really, I feel like that doesn't happen too often. Well, I guess like this is actually not that bad, so you can get a little bit of extra damage. Like if something's like, we've encountered a lot of situations where something's just like our target is like 1 space off is where we need it. So actually it might be good to invest in that. Okay, do that. Let's see. We got lance batteries. Got all this stuff. Let's do boop boop boo. Up-a-doo. So let's see here. Newest to oldest. Let's see here. Galleon ceramic voyager plating. Galleon ceramic plating protects the vessel from harm, negating 7 points of damage versus 5 damage. And damage on the port. Okay, I see. Galleon negating 7 points of damage on the port and starboard, and 3 points on the fore and aft. Okay, so you have stronger sides, but like weaker front and back. I think I'd rather just have 5 damage. I think. Let's see here. So what do you have? Torpedo cubes capable of firing 4 plasma. Torpedoes with 19 damage. Let's see here. Voss pattern. I already have that. Prow battery. Short range prow macro battery with fire. So the short range. Oh, it's prow. Okay, so it's not. Okay, so I'd have to give up either my lance or. Nah. I'd rather have a lance than extra macro cannons, I think. Firing short burn warring torpedoes with 19 damage warheads. I don't know what that is. Okay, short burning. I think short burning is in the tabletop. I think short burning is like they deal more damage, but they don't travel as far, I want to say. Repulsor shield, 80 points of protection for each sector, and then this one provides 80 points of protection for each sector. This is doubled against enemy kinetic attacks. Sure. Sure. 12 speed along with strong acceleration braking. Yeah, that's fine. What we got? Plasma battery, long range plasma broadside that fires 3 shots. Let's see, 4 shots dealing 21. I'd rather get rid of this guy. Short range, yeah. Yeah, I'd rather get rid of the short range. Long range, much better. Auger Ray provides void ship weapons with targeting data, granting 90% hit chance and 5% critical hit chance. Yeah, that's fine. Flak. Okay, so what do I have? We have a choice of fighters. I think I'm just not using fighters in this playthrough because we used fighters last playthrough. So I think we're going to do, can we do maintenance deck? Increases the full, flagship's hull integrity by 10. So let's do flak cannons instead of fighters. Can we do that? Yeah. Okay, let's try flak for a little bit, see how that works. Assault Ceramite void ship plating. Assault Ceramite plating protects the vessel from harm, negating 9 points of damage on the 4 and 5 points on all sides. Cool, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. It's good. Wait, wait, I can't get rid of... Oh, wait, what? Wait, can I not get rid of... There we go. Oh, I can't get... Oh, I have to use fighters? Boo. Boo, 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 boo. Wait, can I do anything else? What's this? Wait, I'm very confused. Okay, armor. Got it. I'm crazy. Never mind. I'm crazy. Don't listen to me. I'm insane. Yeah, that's fine. Let's do that. Cool. We got, what time is it? What time is it? That's it. What time is it? We have plenty of time to hang out. Plenty of time to hang out with my friends. My friends and I are hanging out and playing Road Trader. Okay. Oh, Okay. That actually shouldn't make a decent amount of difference. Once I upgrade the hull a little bit, I can always go back to that space station and probably do a lot better. Beep, 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 beep. We are going back to 𝕽𝖆𝖊𝖊𝖚. It's probably giving up Heinrich. Let's see. Little man with a big plan. Cool. Ba 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 ba. Okay. It's like the last couple percentages of a loading bar are already always the worst.
This void ship will not
Okay, what do we
be
got?
defeated.
What do we have? Are they mostly on this side? We got Raider. Interesting. And we have gas and dust cloud. Whenever a vessel is inside of the dust cloud, its aiming and firing capabilities are reduced. God also conceals the vessel's position, making it more difficult for enemies to hit the vessel. Specifically, the Rotrader's flagship also has the speed reduced. Evasion plus 30. Got it. So it's just these guys. Wait, what is that it? Oh, we got more down here. Okay. Destroyer. What do we do? Let's see here. What do we do? Let's see here. Let's do a little shunt. Oh, one square. Come on. Okay. Boop. Okay. And go here. Anything else? I can jump over here. Do like this. Actually, you know what? Cool. I can boop, and then jump in here. Actually, probably don't even need to jump, really, now that I think about it. But I'll do it anyways. Yeah. Yeah. Should be fine, I think. Uh, 30% chance to miss, right? So these guys should be going over here. So I should be doing 4 shields. Reinforce. And I think that's good. I think I'm fine. Should be able to take a little bit of damage from all those guys. And 30% chance to miss. So that's good. Hit chance negative 25%. Range 3, that's fine. Miss, right? Of course. Where you going? Miss. Yeah, you better miss. I don't think I should take any hull point damage. I shouldn't. Get out of here, man. Negative 30% chance to hit. Okay, torpedoes. Heartless. Okay. Torpedoes. Torpedoes. It's fine. Cool. Do. Let's see. I could just do this. Go like right here. This. I should be able to hit with both, maybe. Okay, sure. You over here. And boo. Boo, 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 boo. Can I do this in twice? Do that. This. A little bit further like that. And restart shields. And do port side shields. Reinforce. Should be fine. Miss. Better miss. Miss. Torpedoes? I don't think those torpedoes will hit me. Because I think it has to go all the way around. So it'll waste too much of its time turning. No punk. Where you going, my friend? What is this? Okay. Okay. I might be a little bit... I'm moving around like I'm a little bit too confident. Gotta be careful. Okay, cool. What else? What is? I could do swing run, right? Wait, how do we do swing run again? Fine. Yeah, swing run right here. I could do swing run and then ram. That'd be fun. Where are my shields at? Oh, nice. Let's do swing run. Swing run's fine.
Helmsman, follow my command.
Yeah, look at this. Oh, can I? Ooh! I love it! Okay, let's do this. The do. We have to. Come on. Wait, can I do? Do. Okay, and one more. We have to. We have to finish it off with a ram. Yay! Okay, cool. Fun. Yeah, that's all I can do. Let's see here. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, it should be 30% chance to miss inside the gas cloud. And it's like another 30% chance to miss because it has the chameleon shields or whatever. So none of these guys should be hitting the Heartless. Okay. Corrupted. Where are you going? Where are you going, buddy? Cool. All right. Torpedoes. We can go over here. Perfect. Right here. Blow it up. double torpedo hit. Cool. Torpedo. Torpedo. Bye. And da 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 da. Wait, I can't do. Can't really do anything else, can I? Oh, hello. Let's see here. Can I do shallow jump? Sure. Why not? Can I do like this? And nope, can't do that. That's fine. Like right here. Just keep them away from the range. And do yep. 4 shields. And da, 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 da. What do we got? Oh, 0% shields on the starboard side. Okay, that's not good. I don't like that. Cool. Yeah, shoot my crony ship. Ten hit points left. What are you doing? Boop-a-doop-a-doo. It's okay. Come on. Come on. Come here. You weren't able to finish him off, my dude? Come on. Let's see here. First off, go to this guy. He's not dead yet? Get out of here. That's so close. I'll focus on this. So let's do focus on this guy. Oh, you know what? I should have just used the torpedo right here. That whatever. It's not that big a deal. Bye. And go here. And then boop-a-doo. Yes, that's fine. Oh, you know what? I didn't even play around with flak shots, did I? Is it still alive? Wait, is there... Let's see. Okay, it's dead. Got it. I thought there's only one alive, but let's see. I can do boop. And then we can do boop. I can just finish them off from a distance. See? Look at this. Look how talented I am. Let's do a trick shot. Yeah, that's what the kind of skills your captain has. Assault scanner. Provide the voice chip with hit the targeting data, granting 80% chance to hit and 15% critical hit chance. No. Pascal Hanneman is a tech priest. His robes are red. He has a skull for a friend. He has a machine for a mouth. Repair, yes, please. Thank you. Oh, did I level up? I don't think I did. Did I? Oh, almost, but not quite. Can I do... How much? Let's go... 330. Scrap required for the next upgrade. Yeah, I will. Sure. Yes. Cool. I have a feeling like maybe I shouldn't have done that. Got a Lord of Pies. Captain Guppo, we're going to 𝕽𝖆𝖊𝖊𝖃. You can scan. Boo woo 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 woo. 𝕽𝖆𝖊𝖊𝖃. Boop. Oh, I have to use Heinrich? He's level 13! Wait, who am I getting rid of then? Fucking boo. I don't like this. Man, I don't like it. I guess I'm gonna get rid of 𝕿𝖵𝖊𝖉𝖊. Ugh. Heinrich. Actually, you know what? I don't need Yogan, but I can heal with 𝕿𝖵𝖊𝖉 better. Actually, you know what? Yogan would probably be better to take to 𝕿𝖵𝖊𝖉𝖃, right? Because of the tech priest background. He might have some interesting things to say. I don't actually necessarily need J. So I can take J out. 𝕿𝖵𝖊𝖉 Yogan. Yeah, that's fine. I'll do that. 𝕿𝖵𝖊𝖉𝖃 Manufactorum. Wait, 𝕿𝖵𝖊𝖉𝖃. Wasn't there like a thing where they infect you with some sort of weirdness? I don't know. I did take my time getting here. So maybe the corruption is like spread past the point of no return. Yeah, I think this is like one of the first places we went in the first campaign when we were doing our Viking King character. I think we went 𝕿𝖵𝖊𝖉𝖃. Yeah, I think it was one of the first things. So we did take our time getting back to the main vanilla quest. So hopefully there's still a planet left. And hopefully I can level up Heinrich. Ricky Dicky. Giant gears, because why not? Heinrich. Heinrich frowns as his eyes sweep over the Manufactorum's dark halls. No solemn ceremony, no personal meeting with the Magi. I fear we are too late and we won't be dealing with clandestine heretics after all. 𝕿𝖗𝖆. The Cybermaster's visors flicker continuously as if he's trying to process an overwhelming influx of data. Interesting. The dog leans forward with a slight growl, but then obediently goes still again at his master's side. Solomon. You're right, 𝕿𝖗𝖆. Something is definitely wrong. You will know what very soon. Any suggestions for how to proceed? To start, let's go looking around to find out why the arrival of a rogue trader did not elicit the usual fuss. To speak plainly, I would not count on a warm welcome at this rate. Better keep your weapon at ready. Yes, of course. Let's go. The interrogator nods, continuing to stare into the surrounding gloom. Okay, so we made Heinrich into a dedicated healer last time. So I think we'll just do like his normal build, right? We'll try to do a melee psyker. And, I mean, I don't really plan on using him. And I plan him on... If I can kill Heinrich at my earliest opportunity, I will most certainly do so. But we have to use them. So, okay. So...
So after an interrogation.
Toughness, agility. Agility is always better than toughness, I would say. Edge of Dawn. Enemies more adjacent to the Psyker suffer 10% more damage. Sight rating is increased by 1 until the end of combat every time an ally uses heroic acts. Boo. Scrap Soul. Majorius. Yes. During Breach, until the end of combat, the warrior gains +4 MP for every kill and uses their MP after attacking or using abilities. From around targets. Let me use MP after attacking using abilities. Does not provoke attack opportunities this turn. I guess. Okay. I guess we're doing just plain melee, right? We should try. I think I don't plan on using Heinrichs, but maybe it might be interesting to have like a poison damage Heinrichs, because you can do with Biomancy, you can apply poison damage to your weapon attacks. An Executioner You can specialize in poison damage. So maybe we can like do like a corrupted Heinrich. Force repentance. Let's try that. Scorching strikes, sure. Where it hurts, sure. I don't really want to go through this really too much, but let's see. Let's see here. What are we going to do? Exsanguination. Execution immediately inflicts bleeding on an ally of their choice. Ally against both opponents. We're trying to do poison, all poison stuff. Until the end of the next turn, the executioner gains bonuses to the parameters for every creature in combat suffering from the following damage over time effects: toxin +1 deflection. Deflection. Up to a maximum of 3. That's not that great. The executioner's next range attack or psychic staff ability affects a damage over time effect on all targets hit. We're just doing it's physical damage. Next ranged. So wait. So executioner's next ranged damage or psychic staff ability. Wait. So I think. Oh man, I can't remember. I know that there is a biomancy ability that gives extra toxic damage to attacks, but I'm not sure if it's melee or if it's range or both. I'll bookmark this one. So if we did next range attack, so we can give him a weapon, make range Heinrichs. So I can do physical damage, and then that inflicts toxin. The level of the damage over time effect is equal to minimum weapon damage -7. Looks burning. This effect is only applied once per target. After all other effects, the attack are applied. Interesting. Okay. Pain resonance. All enemies suffering for damage over time effects in a 4-cell radius around the executioner immediately. That's only if he's going to be a melee. Suffer an extra instance of damage for these effects. These also must pass a resistance test with a -8 penalty or suffer an additional negative effect. That's good. Toxin, toughness, resistance are staggered. That's good. Reckless abandon. Executioner replaces 12 of their wounds with the same number of temporary wounds until the end of combat. When the executioner has temporary wounds, all their melee attacks and damage over time inflicts an additional 12% damage. I think that's probably better. He's probably just going to be melee. Terrifying strike. Executioner's next melee attack forces all enemies hit to run away from the executioner in a straight line for up to 3 cells. During this movement, the targets do not provoke attacks of opportunity and leave a bloody trail on the ground, which remains until the end of combat. Moving through these extra bloodstained cells costs the executioner 0 MP. I guess. I don't know. Per soul. I think we need biomancy. Sanctions skills, biomancy. Which one is it? Warp speed is already. Where was the? Oh, you know what? I think it's a talent. It's not a biomancy power. Biomancy Santic. Till the end of combat, the target ally increases their MP by 5, their agility +9, and their AP by 1. That's pretty good. Boop. Boop. It's kind of a while before we can actually get spells, or powers rather. Until the end of the combat, the target receives +5 wounds at the beginning of each of their turns and removes, at the beginning of each of their turns and removes 1 toxin. Stunned, immobilized, bleeding, blinded, staggering, and fatigue effect. Cool, I guess. Shield the Emperor at the start of the Psyker's next turn. All allies affected by a word of Emperor increase their deflection by +1 and armor by 12. Heebie-jeebies. Metabolic overcharge. I don't think I got this last time. The target ally immediately gains an extra turn and twice the number of their normal MP and 2 AP, but their body is subjected to severe stress, making them suffer 5% of their maximum wounds damage at the end of their turn until the end of combat. Every turn, every action the target makes during this turn will also trigger this damage. That's fine. Invigorates, we already got that. Warp speed, yeah. We'll just do warp speed. Oh my god, there's so many levels to go through. Okay. Okay, so we're just gonna do poison. We won't do like a specific. We won't do like super accurate build for Heinrich since we're probably not going to be using him again. Whenever the enemy suffers damage from a damage over time effect inflicted by the executioner first time in combat, the damage inflicted is increased by 100%. Sure, why not? All-encompassing agony. If the enemy is suffering from any executioner damage over time effects is suffering from If the enemy suffering from any of the executioner's damage over time effects is suffering from bleeding, burning, and toxin at the same time, no. And that anatomy expert, the magical number of wounds for the executioner depends on the Medicaid until of toughness. I'll bookmark that. Why not? At the start of each round, all enemies suffering from damage over time effects inflicted by the executioner have the incoming damage over time. All enemies suffering from damage over time effects inflicted by the executioner have their incoming damage over time. Sure. Stacks. Oh, that sounds good. Bloody trail. While moving, all bleeding enemies leave a bloody trail on the ground. I mean, that's fine. We're just gonna we're gonna try toxin. Whenever enemy suffering from toxin infected by executioner dies, all enemies in a 2-cell radius around that enemy suffer 3 levels of toxin. That's fine. Deblaceration, when using scourging strikes, the executioner's melee attacks inflict 11 levels of bleeding on the target instead of 7 levels. All damage over time effects inflicted by the executioner gain plus 20 critical hit chance. This chance is increased by all bonuses. That's chance. That's fine. Fragile playthings. The first instant damage of increases damage, reduces the afflicted armor by 2 times. Sure. Hardened body. Whenever the executioner or their party member is suffering from any damage over time effects, these effects deal only 50% of the damage. That's not bad. Internal bleeding. We're not doing bleeding. We're doing toxin. Whenever the enemy in a 4-cell radius around the executioner suffers damage from a damage over time effect, the executioner gains +1 wound. What is that based on? +1 wound based on toughness. It's kind of weird. Invigorating screams. Sure. At the start, what does it say? Emitting flames. That's fire. Master of Torture. The executioner deals +5 more damage to a target for each type of damage over effect inflicted on that target. Sure. Why not? Perfect anatomy. The executioner's armor is increased by 7%. Based on what? Based on wounds. Okay. Interesting. Perfect anatomy. Sure. Why not? Racking weakness. Damage dealt by the executioner's damage over time effects increased by 2% for every 10% penalty to armor suffered by the target from any source. Okay, that's very specific. Sickening pain. Whenever a single instance of damage for any of the executioner's damage over time effects deal damage equal to 10% or more of this target's maximum wounds, the enemy gains 1 stack of fatigue. Enemy suffering for any damage over time effect inflicted by executioner also suffer some -17 penalty to the resistance test. That could be good. Based on Medicaid. Okay. Weird. Okay, that's sure. Tormenting spasm. Sprain. Because sanguination are also immune to toxin, burning while suffering from bleeding. Death warrant. The level of damage over time effects is Merciless Verdict increased by 5. Everlasting Agony. Duration of negative effects evolves by pain resonance increased by 1 round. The penalty increases. Resistance test increase. Ooh. Wait. Pain resonance. That was back here, wasn't it? Hold up. Pain resonance? That's back here? That's pretty good, though. The duration of negative effects inflicted by pain resonance increased by 1 round. And the penalty to corresponding resistance tests. So -28 penalty to resistance test. I don't know. If executioner used reckless abandon in the previous round, by the start of the turn, the temporary wounds are healed by 6 wounds. Okay, sure. Each adjacent creature counts as 2 for the purpose of calculating bonuses granted by Gift of Torment. Targets of Terrifying Strike now make a willpower resistance test with -18 penalty. If they fail, they provoke attacks of opportunity from the executioner's allies during the forced movement. That's not bad, too. Sanctive Powers. Sanctive Powers. Looking for Biomancy. Psyker's armor increased by 5%. Eternal Glory. The first time momentum reaches 200% during the Psyker's turn. The Psyker gains +5 bonus to all characteristics. I've never been a big fan of like characteristics bonus from momentum. I don't know, it doesn't really seem that it's worth it. But or like when I say a lot of certain things are not worth it, it's just like there's certain things that are just better to invest in. Hymns of Hatred. Critical hits scored by anyone within the Psyker's line of sight, including the Psyker himself, increases the Psyker's critical damage by 1 until the end of combat stacks. Yeah. Sanctified Slayer. Psyker's critical hit chance increased by 4. That's not bad. Biomancer. I think this is it. Inscribed Soul. This is Biomancer, yeah. Biomancer gains the Inscribed Soul ability. It costs no AP, but deals direct damage to the Psyker equal to 25% of the Psyker's maximum wounds. The next psychic power used after this ability will not trigger psychic phenomena or Perils of the Warp and will not degrade the Veil. Sure, that's fine. Psychic Barrage. Whenever the Psyker uses a damaging psychic power on targets that are 6 cells or further away from the Psyker, the target suffers an additional +3 damage. Subtle Manipulation. The Psyker can use damaging psychic power while being threatened by enemies in their melee range without provoking attacks of opportunity. Non-damaging psychic powers do not provoke this attacks of opportunity even without this talent. What? Force Reality, Obscured Threats, Sacred Rituals. Psychic powers have a 25% chance to regain AP spent on psychic powers when Veil Degradation is 10 or lower. Usually I just pump up my Veil Degradation like completely. I'll break reality whenever I get the chance. Usually turn, you have validation both less. Don't need that. So resolve increased by 3. Where is Biomancy? Here we go. Sanguine Scythe, I think this we already got this. This is what I was looking for. All the Psyker's attacks, including all of the Psyker's attacks. Okay, so that makes sense. So we can do solid projectile. Okay, so we can give Heinrichs range weapons, physical range weapons, and then all of their damage, all their attacks should deal a 9 toxic damage based on what? Based on psi rating. Okay. 9 damage plus some other stuff. Now poison enemies, the poison deals 9 toxic damage and if the Psyker's turns. Biomancy. In the first round of every combat, all psychic powers of the Biomancy discipline cost -1 action point. It's fine. Whenever the Psyker is healed or heals an ally, the character being healed is already at full wounds. The character instead gains temporary wounds equal to healing. These temporary wounds do not stack. That's fine. Whenever effect applied by the Psyker increases damage suffered by the target. Whenever effect applied by a Psyker increases damage suffered by a target, whenever the effect applied by a Psyker increases the damage suffered by a target, this effect increases by half. Okay, that's good, because I think that you can go, like, you can make Executioner if they take DOT damage, they take more damage, so that's not bad. Also, Pulse of Life, whenever the Psyker heals themselves or another power with a psychic power or an effect, this healing can critically heal with a chance of 17%. The critical heal chance is increased by all the effects that increase critical heal chance. Give me 1 second. I got a sick little kitten outside. Give me 1 second. I'm back. Yeah, we got a little sick kitten. I don't know what he probably ate something weird. Anyways, let's just get this out of the way. What have we got? Pulse of life when their psychic heals themselves or another character with a psychic power or an effect applied by psychic power. This healing can critically heal with a chance of 17%. This critical heal chance of blah blah blah. Every time a psychic deals damage, they gain +1 stack of the Sanguine Siphon effect. If that's damage or dealt to a target adjacent to the psychic, they gain 2 stacks instead. Okay, so they changed Sanguine Siphon. I don't think Sanguine Siphon worked on range attacks last time. Okay. Thinking one second. If the damage is blah, 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 where the psychic suffers lethal damage, the stacks of Sanguine Siphon are removed to reduce the damage for -1 for each stack until either the all stacks are removed. Wait, it just says deal damage. Does that count towards dots? Wait, wait, hold on, wait. Every time the Psyker deals damage, they gain +1 stack of the Sanguine Siphon effect. If that damage was dealt to the target, okay, blah. When the Psyker suffers lethal damage, the stacks of Sanguine Siphon are removed to reduce this damage for 1 for each stack until all the stacks are removed. Or damage is no longer. It doesn't say anything about not dealing with dots. If it's dots, that would be pretty good, because what you can do Sanguine Siphon, and you can also do that one that, like, every time, I think you only do, which one was it? Bloody Trail, Battle of Attrition. Yeah, you can, well, there's one that, like, if they die with Toxin, okay, so it's not the best thing, but you can get a bunch of Toxin damage all over the place. Interesting. Okay, let's do that. Carnival Misery. The execution makes an attack with their primary weapon. On a hit, the target suffers weapon damage, and if it's affected by damage over time, yes, sure. Sure. And I guess we're just doing... I kind of want to do... Well, he's not really... You can't really give him weapon skill, or ballista skill. I'd have to, like, respec him with, like, a toy box. Like, I would have to totally respec him with, which I'm not going to be doing. Intelligence, strength, willpower, agility. Just do weapon skill, I guess. Agility, toughness, yes. Acute pain, death in the air, does it hurt, plasma painting, higher power, master of torture. What was the thing? Death in the air. Whenever an enemy suffering from toxin inflicted by the executioner died, all enemies in the 2 cell radius around the enemy. It's only 2 cells, but I'll try it. Merciless Verdict, Terrifying Strike. Reckless Abandon. I should probably, like, modify these. Like, look at how much we still have to go. We have to go through all of these levels. Oh my god. God damn it. Why you make me take Heinrichs? Merciless Verdict. Next range, damage over time, effective, pick up target's hits. Okay, wait. Merciless Verdict. Let's go back for a second. Merciless Verdict. Merciless Verdict. Which one has Merciless Verdict? Terrifying Strike, Exsanguination. Okay, so if I wanted to modify Merciless Verdict, the level of damage over time effect inflicted by Merciless Verdict increased by 5. Increased by math. Increased by math. Damage over time effects. So that's... Affects damage over time effect on all targets hit. So I can do... I mean, I kind of want to try it, but, like, the thing is... Because what I'm thinking in my head is that I can give him, like, a bolter. And I just want to keep it physical damage. And with the Sanguine Siphon, he'll get a... It says... So every time he deals damage, and I think that's every hit, would give him +1. Wait, how would that even work? Because I'm assuming that Sanguine Siphon is affected by DOTs. So if I poison everyone with toxin, Like, how is there a cap on 𝕽𝖌𝖚𝖊𝖊? Because it sounds like there's no cap. It sounds like that would be really good. So you can get like, you can go in with a biomancer range guy with poison, right? You can tag a bunch of people with toxin, so you get damage. So you get damage based on, or you get 𝕽𝖚𝖊𝖊𝖊 based on. I don't really feel like having him melee, but I don't think I can level up melee. Wait. 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 So wait. Go back. Go back really quick. Go back. 𝕽𝖶𝖌𝖚𝖊𝖚, where was it? Death Warrant. That was it. The level of damage over time affected by is increased by maximum weapon damage divided by 5. That doesn't sound that great, actually. Maximum weapon damage. Next range inflicts a damage over time effect on all targets hit. The type, okay, it's the level of the damage over time effect is equal to the minimum weapon damage divided by 7. Okay, so you're just doing like a crap load of toxic damage, right? But is toxic damage reduced by armor? I'm kind of curious to try this out. Because I just have an idea of getting a bunch of DOTs. It's only 1 AP too. It's not that bad. I'm kind of curious to try out this build idea I have. Just give him like a rapid shot thing. Like, we don't need to have him dealing damage with his attack. We just have to have him spreading like toxic damage. That's all we want to do, right? Kind of want to try it out. Death in the air. What was this again? And whenever the enemy is suffering from toxic damage, it dies. All enemies suffer. Yes. What is some of this other stuff? That is Everlasting Agony. Let's go back here really quick. I want to see what I should do. Pain Resonance. All enemies suffering from damage over time effects have 4-cell radius around the executioner immediately suffer an extra instant damage from these effects. That's not that great. I kind of feel like I want to try Merciless Verdict. Merciless Verdict range. Like, I don't know if this is good or not. But anyways, but it's just 4-cell radius. I think I'm going to make them range, right? Reckless Abandon. Executioner replaces 15 of their wounds with the same number of temporary wounds until the end of combat. While the Executioner has temporary wounds or melee attacks. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Exsanguination. Bleeding. Until the end of the next turn. Gains bonuses to their parameters for toxin. No, that's not that great. Terrifying Strike is actually not that bad, but it's melee, right? Kind of want to do Merciless Verdict. Hold up. Boop, boop. Death Warrant. Okay. So I think I'm going to do Merciless Verdict. So next, what says the Executioner's next range attack. So I'm assuming that it's only the first shot in a volley. Otherwise, it would be kind of crazy when you think about it, because you can tag a bunch of people with, like, in an area with toxin, with physical damage. Wait, so it says energy damage. So what about No. I think I got it. Okay. I'm just going to play around with it, see if it works. Available talents. Let's go. Oh shit, where was it? Sickening Pain. Acute Pain. Death Warrant. I think this is it. Okay. Yes. Medicae. I think he gets better Medicae. Let's see, I can't do... Let's see, strength, intelligence, weapon skill, toughness, agility. Let's do... Can I do... I haven't bookmarked any of these things. Oh my god. This is gonna take so long. Oh my lord. Let's see here. Ballistic skill, yes. Let's do that. Anything else that I want to do? Yes. Oops. No, this right here. Cool. Cool. So now I can get ballistic skill up. Acute pain. When an enemy suffers damage. What was it? We did. Whenever enemy suffers damage from a damage over time effect, this damage increased by 100%. So yeah, the idea is that we're doing damage from like just getting a bunch of different poison damage effects everywhere. We'll see if we can actually do that. What skill? Ballistic skill? Yes. Demolition. War Medicae? Yes, Medicae, please. After executioner uses Carnival of Misery for any target that suffered and will suffer damage from the executioner. Wait, after executioner uses Carnival of Misery for any target that has suffered and will suffer. For any target that has suffered and will suffer damage from the execution to this combat both prior and after this effect is used, their armor does not reduce damage dealt by damage. Oh, okay, so it does do it. Okay, so armor does reduce damage over time effects. Sure. Sure, why not? It doesn't have to be perfect build. Enemy expert. Sure, why not? Plus skill, yes. Generation, warp speed. What do I need for this anyways? Regeneration or warp speed. Don't really need any of this stuff. All enemies suffering from 8 for damage over time effects and a force radius around the execution immediately suffer an extra instance of damage from these effects. They also must pass the resistance test with negative 14 penalty or suffer an additional negative effect. Toxin. Yeah, let's do that. So we don't want to modify pain resonance. Pain resonance. Pain resonance. That is. Crap, which one was it? I'm looking for the I'm looking for the thing that modifies pain resonance. Is there torture? Discouraging strikes. Pain. Here we go. Duration of negative effects inflicted by pain resonance increased by 1 and the penalty corresponding resistance test. Yeah, that's pretty good. Try that. Okay, cool. Okay, so this is kind of like, oh my god, he has nothing on him. Let's do. This is taking so long. I'm sorry. Okay, so we're doing ballistic. Let's see this guy out. Okay, so we're doing ballistic Heinrichs. I feel like I'm making a big mistake, but you know what? Whatever. That's fine. Let's do. Let's see. Oh, shotgun. Actually, that's not that bad. Two-handed, like ballistic, because it's still ballistic. Crescendo. We can do shotgun Heinrichs. That's not bad. It's gonna do more damage than a typical like stubber would do. Sturdy shotgun. I think I'm probably gonna do shotgun Heinrichs. Shotgun Heinrichs. Cool. Let's see here. Light spinners, breast plates, chainmail. He has 30%. 30%. Reactive range. I don't. Oh. This is an arbitrator armor. Sure, whatever. We got chainmail, pirate chainmail. You silly man. Oh, look, it looks pretty cool actually. Pirate chainmail. Like Carpus. Right. So we're gonna have another like weirdo. We're gonna have another weirdo like mid-range character. That's gonna be kind of interesting. Let's see here. What do we got? Tech offers. I'll take that. Sure. You dork. Archer's Cloak, 5% Fellowship. Toughness 35. Intelligence, yeah, sure. Saturated Cape, whenever suffers Endure. Uses Endure. Okay. Let's do type. Capes. If the wearer ends her turn without an adjacent familiar. Okay. There's Endure. Fellowship. Grants plus 12 dodge reduction to wearer's melee area attacks. No. Versus gift. While in combat, the wearer of the cloak gains plus 15 bonus of fellowship whenever there are no enemies for shell radius. What is the combat capabilities of like fellowship? I can't remember. I don't know. I think it does do something. I can't remember what it does though. Grenadier's Cloak, where in their allies are immune to damage or effect for wearer's grenades. Sure. Allies are immune to damage from the wearer's grenades. Sure, why not? Capable lowers all enemies' perception by -3. Wearer gains plus 15 bonus to damage against enemies that dealt damage to the wearer this round. Whenever bearer ends their turn, they remove the burning, bleeding, and toxic effects from themselves or adjacent allies. Wearer gains plus 2 temporary wounds for each negative effect. Remove that way. Sure, whatever. Boots gain double resolve bonus. Unyielding beacon. Boots grant the wearer plus 5 toughness. Collision damage increases. The wearer's increased by 2. Sure, I guess. Whatever. Impulse boots. Whenever a wearer makes melee attack, they gain plus 2 MP and gain plus 2 critical strike chance. The wearer gains plus 50 dodge against enemies on their effective exposed weakness. Whenever the wearer hits an enemy, is an opening with the charge. Opening with the charge. No. Reduce the recoil of all automatic weapons by 50%. I guess, whatever. I'll hit it's shot by arc rifle, magnetic blast, Death Cult's Assassin, plus 10 warp with a wheeler substance, plus 21 more damage for Psychic Navigator, 21% more damage penalty. That's insane. Whenever the wearer suffers critical hits, attacker immediately suffers 5 warp damage. Sure, whatever. Bonus to crows. Bonus to tech use. Charge ability deals additional damage. Sure. Or by Death Cult Assassin, where persuasion is increased. Whenever it hits an enemy with a melee attack, where the next ally gains plus 30 wounds. Single attacks with bolter weapons. No. The wearer has to no. Where the wearer has a single shot range attack. Blah 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 blah. No. Helmet. That's fine. I think we're good. We're running a little bit low on Medicaid kits, aren't we? Stem, yes. That's fine. Okay, good enough. More attention than I wanted to give to Heinrich. Okay. But what if pie? Guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like and follow and subscribe on YouTube and Twitch. I really would appreciate if you would do so. I do stream Wednesday, Thursday nights, Saturday, Sunday mornings, and generally Sundays I do unofficial Warhammer 40,000 Sundays. I do play Warhammer 40,000 games, but every other day I do kind of like off-the-radar games and like indies and retros and like heavily modded games, stuff like that. If that sounds like something you're interested in, feel free to join me. This week is not going to be Wednesday, Thursday nights. It's going to be Tuesday, Thursday nights, Saturday, Sunday mornings. We're going to try Tuesday. I think like when I first started out, Tuesday we're not working, but I think that was only on Twitch. I don't know. I'm gonna give Tuesday another shot, see if it kind of works out for me in my life and my wife.
Thousands and thousands of voices crying out for salvation, in hope, with wild promises. Their pain is your reward, interrogator.
Okay.
I will
Let's see.
pretend I did not hear your last words, witch.
Okay, we'll do like this. Okie dokie. Let's keep on going. We're gonna have a lot of psychic shenanigans going on.
Follow my lead.
We got here. A tome containing the revelations of the 𝕽𝖆𝖊𝖊𝖚, recorded in special binary dialect. Only a member of the cult Mechanicus without the key to decipher may partake in the wisdom of the machine god. Sure, why not? This guy. Hello? I think I do remember this area. Doesn't it like charges with electricity, right? Hello, my friend. You're friendly, aren't you? The tech priest, the lumps protruding under the tech priest's bedraggled red robe hint at the mechanisms implanted in his body. You see a haggard and sickly face under the archaic respirator augmetic. I. A click, a clank, a very audible hiss, and then only the tech priest Vox finishes the word identification. Okay. Yogan. No. The single word uttered by Yogan rings with a metallic clang entirely uncharacteristic of his voice. Under controlled laboratory conditions, I would venture into such communication, but precisely Nuncius strongly advises against assuming the risk of data contamination. I align with his judgment and propose that everyone do the same. Examine the tech priest. You carefully study the robe-clad figure. A black border of necrosis spreads out from around the tech priest's implants. For some reason, his body is rejecting the true flesh. Okay. A moment later, you recognize the dominant smell in the bouquet of scents permeating the air around the tech priest. The stench of rotten meat. 𝕽𝖶𝖌𝖚𝖊𝖊𝖚. Phew! This guy smells worse than a croc's fermented in spent promethium. I bet he tastes even worse. You don't want to eat him. Solomorn. 𝕿𝖗𝖆𝖊𝖊𝖚 bares his teeth, and Solomorn quickly tugs at his collar to calm him down. Whatever blight has infected him, it's dangerous enough that it almost set 𝕿𝖗𝖆𝖊𝖊𝖚's self-defense protocols. I've only seen this happen once before. Well, wait, Yogan said we shouldn't even talk to the guy? I would advise, uncontrolled laboratory conditions, I would venture into such communication, but presently, Nuncius strongly advises against assuming the risk of contamination. I feel like it's kind of weird to just... I know what happens, because we played through this game before, but... Get back, you! The tech priest draws his weapon and his robe open. Your senses are hit by a fed wave of rot. Another ambush. Oh, owlcat. Owlcat loves his ambushes. Cut the Magos. What do we got? Magos, Heretic, Servitor. They're all melee, right? Melee. Volatile self-destruct. Oh no, that's new. Heretic. Frag grenade, reductive front. Ooh, okay, grenadier. That's not fun. They're all melee, I think. Melee and grenades. Interesting. Cool. Definitely. 𝕿𝖗𝖆𝖊𝖚𝖚. Here, 𝕿𝖗𝖆. Go here. Cover that area. And we do the thing that we want to do. Yogan. Try to move everyone down here. Move away from the grenades. Babies. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying. Boop. Henrique. Actually, you know what? Boop. I'll do Boop. Boop. Like, something like that. That's fine. Barnabas. Doesn't matter. Cool. Yogan. Yogan. I don't know what I'm saying. Yogan. 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 Wait, can I... Okay. So can I do... Woo, 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 woo. Let's do... Oop. I'll do... Like that. We'll do... This.
A valid argument.
We'll do Blitz right over here.
Useless. Unreliable.
Oh, look at that. All this Blitz area that you can just run to. Beautiful. I love it. Yeah, that's fine. And...
A valid argument.
Can I shoot? Can I snipe this guy? Can I snipe? Yes. Excellent. But I can't do this, can I? Can I?
Astute observation.
Ah, I can't. That's fine. Do like this.
A valid argument.
He's gonna try to like run up to me and like set off some grenades. Nice. Good shot.
Flesh and machine.
Good job, team. Do. Okay, first off, can you... Okay, 𝕿𝖗𝖆 here.
𝕿𝖗𝖆, we're undertaking this task.
Okay, and then
The order is
this.
clear.
Go here. And get all of these. Can I get all of them? No.
Accepted.
I can do woo 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 woo. Can I do? Let's see. We got 3. Can do. Wait, what does this do again? Hold up. User deals 1 impact damage to an enemy within 3 cells and pulls that enemy to themselves. If the enemy is larger than the user, technically, you know, he's a halfling, but you know the game doesn't recognize that. But they attack that enemy. Was it 2? No, I'd rather do this. So we got 3 pips. I'll do growl, I guess.
One of us would be enough.
Okay. And then what I can do is shoot this guy, and then 𝕿𝖗𝖆 should automatically attack.
That's going in my personal file.
Cool. It's fun. And we'll switch over. So, yeah. Plug this area. Okay, cool. Good. I'm good. When is this guy going? He's going next. Is he stunned? Is that what's going on? Stunned. Why is he stunned? Okay, well first off, where's my birdie bird? My birdie bird is birding over here. Bird, 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 bird. Bird, bird, bird.
Do not disturb the great enemy.
Cool. And can I bird this bird? Can I unburden this bird? This is what I'm trying to say. Bird! Go! Go, bird! Okay, so I can do this, right?
But of course.
Okay. Then I can bird this. I can do some bird damage.
It's my toy.
I think he has resistance to bird damage. I'm not entirely sure. I think that is a thing in this game, right? Okay. And yeah. I think I'm good. Cool. You're stunned, man. You can't do anything. Uh-oh. What's happening? Oh my lord! Oh, it's self-destruct. Oh my god. Oh. Solomorn, hang in there. What do we got? I should probably do... What's the best way of doing this? I can do Solomorn. I don't know if he has healing, though. That's the thing. I was thinking what I could do is bring it down on Solomorn and have Solomorn get the hell out of there. Okay, do this. I can do this. Wait. Oh, crap. Cool. Let's do this.
Suits my purposes.
And do this. I think that'll give him
Nothing I can't do.
a little bit more temporary hit points now. That's...
Suits my purposes.
I thought he's gonna get temporary hit points, whatever. And then we'll do sharp vision. Let's blind. Okay, blind this guy.
Nothing I can't do.
Cool. And then la. Well, I could do... Wait. I could actually go into melee and heal him if I really wanted to. Actually, you know what? Oh, whoa.
Suits
Hold
my
up.
purposes.
Okay. Okay, he doesn't have what I'm looking for. So I can do this.
It won't take long.
And then I can charge out, right?
The order is clear.
Okay. Charge out. And I could do... No, this is fine. And then I can do... Oh, I don't have enough. That's fine. That's fine. Strafe. Can I do live bait on 𝕿𝖗𝖆? Is that a thing? Oh, I can. Okay.
Nothing I can't do.
Interesting. Where you going, buddy? You should not have this much speed! You should not have this much speed! You're a servitor! Ah! Ah! What are you doing? You can't attack. Ah! You're a servitor! Oh my god. Oh. Great. At least it's all just like... I don't know. Could have gone a lot worse. That sucks. Let's actually probably kill these guys as soon as I can. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba-boo.
I approach the designated position.
Maybe reduced by 1. Yeah, that's... Yeah, no.
If I must.
Okay. Rapid fire. Do... Loop. Blop. And then do... What's this do again? Next attack costs -1 AP. Does not count towards attack limit per turn. Wait, hold up 1 second. Shoulder gains the ability to make a number of extra attacks equal to the weapon's rate of fire. That's fine. That's fine.
Pay with your blood in the name of 𝕿𝖆𝖊𝖊𝖗.
And we'll do run and gun. Oh, I can't hit both? That's fine.
I am not your zenith.
Come on. Oh, come on! No, no, no! Come on. I can do it.
Trying, monkey.
Okay, cool, cool.
Moving, no more. No weakness is hidden from my
I probably
sight.
kill this guy. 70?
This tedium is that is beneath me. I am not your stupid pet monkey.
0-1. 0-1. Boo. Why? Meow, meow, meow.
I understand your ancestors guide me.
Okay.
Will not. This
Oh my
team
lord.
is
I really need to start investing in like armor penetration.
You cannot force me, Elantak. That is beneath
Okay,
me.
that's fine. Let's do, yeah. Get back down here. Oh, Heinrich, so you decided to join us. Okay. So how are we gonna do this? We're just trying to find out how to play Heinrichs. Heinricky, Ricky, Ticky, Ticky, Ticky. Let's see, enfeeble. So we got buffs. Will be like right here. Boop and boop. And what I'm thinking. Okay, so where it hurts, pain resonance. That is merciless verdict. What we have to focus on. So next range attack or psychic damage over time effect on all targets hits. That's fine.
Let's see to it.
Cool. And then we have if the executioner's next successful attack is suffering from any damage over time effects, it's the effects for each effect. It must make the irrelevant resistance test removed with a penalty. The target immediately suffers 3 instant damage from that effect. Target damage over time effect is removed from the target. That's not what I want. Until the effective round, the damage cannot be effective. Blah 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 blah. Okay. And this would be we're doing this too. These shotguns. So shotgun, 1 attack. Okay. Henricky Ricky. Okay. Yes. So, what am I going to do? Am I doing anything else? We're going here. Blitz. And we'll go there. Yeah. So, pain resonance. So, okay, yes. Here.
Everyone, step aside. Naturally. Holy terror, smite
And then
your
blows away his own cover. Okay. So I should have. Yeah. Okay. Wait. So how much like toxic damage does he have? Permanent. All the Psyker's attacks now, including attacking enemies, now poison enemies. This poison 2 deals 3 toxic damage at the start of the enemy's turn. Oh wait, is it different than normal toxic damage? All Psyker's attacks, including the... Wait. All the Psyker's attacks now including attacking now poison enemies. The poison deals 3 toxic damage at the start. Oh, that's... Wait, so does it not stack? It's not like toxic? That's like... Oh, this is a lot worse than I thought it was going to be. Oh, whatever. It was just playing around. Whatever. Yes. And kill zone. Doop. So I go like over here.
The motive force shields me.
And Blitzy Blitz all the way up here.
The machine spirits approve.
Got that. We'll kill this guy.
Lucius, move.
Get some cover. Okay, so kill him.
A valid
Okay. Not the first best contact with the world's inhabitants. I hope we'll find someone more able to hold a conversation, willingly or not. 95%. Bats.
I'm relying on you.
Snipe. Yes.
Astute observation.
Cool. Yeah. We can do this. So, where is she? Bloop. Boop-a-doo, boop-a-doo.
On it.
Okay, we got bird over here. We got 10 levels of bird that we want to inflict on the guy. Ah! Sure. We got that.
Anything is.
Yep. Eat bird, motherfucker. Oh, wait, I can't.
Cover me.
Cool. I got some bird in. Bird damage.
Was that you? Or
Cool. And then more bird. My lord, so much bird. Hey, what's going on? Yomi, can we run some games together sometimes? Add me on Discord. Yeah, contact me over on our Discord. We might be able to work something out. How do you say your name? See this. My dude is. I'm gonna call you my dude. But anyways, yeah, maybe. I've been like really busy lately. Like last week was like crazy busy. My God, I was like so tired. I could barely even like stream at all. But it is what it is. Life be lifing.
anything else?
Iron arm. I think I already had iron arm. Captain Gup. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. Me. Could just do this again. Let's see here. I'll save 2 for an extra psychic damage. Let's do strafe soaring, flying strike. Sure, why not? Almost dead. Then we do obstruct vision. Wait, I can't do that over here.
Suits my purposes.
And then obstruct vision. Wait, come on. Oh wait, I see. Boop.
Already done.
Cool. And sugar plums. I don't know what I'm saying.
Not a problem.
Don't ask me to explain any of the things I ever say. What? Get out of here, guy. Okay, cool. And I can just do boop, pop, and then another psychic scream. Add additional bird. 74 bird. 73 through 93 bird damage, man. Look at this.
Be gone. My whispers crave
Cool.
entertainment.
What do you get? What'd you get? A neurogenic shock. Decreases intelligence and willpower reduced by 25. Okay, that's not too bad. Broken ribs. Strength and toughness are reduced by negative 20. Action points are reduced by negative 1. Oh god, it's so bad. Can I go back to the ship? Like, a lot of these, like injuries are, like, really bad. Let's see here. Oh, look at what I have. Ooh, finally getting, arc rifles. Okay, right on. I don't know, like, who else... I haven't really had a plan for arc rifles. Whenever the ruler hits a target with an arc rifle, they also hit each target in a 2-cell radius around the main target. I don't know, I feel like, actually, arc rifle might be better to use... I could respec Jay, because like Jay already does a slow effect or in stop effect with her executioner stuff, which he just like lays down a bunch of like dots. So like the Weber doesn't really do much, but the arc rifle might be actually interesting to use because she can jump in and just do like an AoE zap, right? Yeah, I don't know. This is my first arc rifle. I don't know who to actually give it to. Whenever the wielder hits a target with an arc rifle, they also hit each target with a 2-cell radius around the main target. Shots from the arc rifle cannot over-penetrate. Sure. I guess. Well, interesting. Ooh, what do we have here? Homicide Axe. Sure. Can I go back? Can I give Solomorn some more brain?
None shall stand
Can I
in my
staple
way.
his skull back together? Oh, cool. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. How much time do we have? We have... Oh! It's already 2.5 hours. Okay, well, what I'm going to do, before we take off, because I said I was actually going to be talking about the Warhammer 40,000 pen and paper role-playing game. I want to make sure that I actually deliver on that, right? So, just a recap of what we've been talking about so far, right? Let me make sure that you guys actually see the screen. So this is the Warhammer 40,000 pen and paper role-playing game. They were actually, if you can actually find like a decent copy that is actually not like $300, like God bless you, man. But more than likely you're gonna have to look online for the PDF these days. But yeah, so what we did so far, the first week we made a Captain Picard. Oh yeah, let me just do a recap really quick. If you guys weren't here for the beginning of the stream, essentially what we've been trying to do is actually build themed characters in the Warhammer 40,000 pen and paper role-playing game to kind of like give for new game masters getting into it, or actually say, if you're a new game master or an experienced game master, but you have friends that are kind of hesitant to actually get into the Warhammer 40,000 role-playing game, because 40 years of lore, just a weird morality system, and like just like all sorts of like weirdness of the general like IP itself, like they're kind of nervous about getting into it. You can say, you can just tell them just to bring in any sort of like classic sci-fi character trope you want, and I'll make it work, right? I think like sci-fi settings like Star Trek, in say like Star Wars, can be implemented into Warhammer 40,000 role-playing game. Not like literally Star Trek or Star Wars, but those kind of themes, like, so Star Trek is more like, it's like the opposite of like 40k, right? So it's like a very positive outlook on the future of mankind and the future in general, right? Abundance is a thing, and like people don't really use any money, and it's just generally the closer you get to the core rules of the Federation, it's like paradise. It's like the opposite of 40k, right? So what we're saying is that we made a character where that there's a kind of a backwater system series of planets. Essentially, we're putting the Federation, just a smaller version of it, in Warhammer 40,000 for this theoretical player to actually use. So we made a Captain Picard character. We started off, this is just a recap, is essentially what I'm going to do, because I don't think there's actually too much more to talk about, but we made him a Seneschal. Let's go here. So we made a Seneschal, rank 1, right? Let's actually zoom out a little bit. And mostly Seneschals in the Warhammer 40,000 pen and paper game, I think they're like one of my favorite classes, I think, because they don't have the best weapon skill or ballistic skill, but they have a good like skill set that you can actually make use in combat. They have like commerce, they have diplomacy skills, but they also have they're like the secret police of your flagship also. So they have like concealment, like move silently, I want to say. They have a lot of spells that are like, mostly it's going to be like a skill or knowledge based class, but you can kind of gear them to be more of like a sniper, or like they're really good. They're just good overall. They have a just good overall skill set. I think their class feature gives them like they can get like an automatic success on a lore skill, something like that, right? So we made Captain Picard a Seneschal, not a Rogue Trader, because it's just a skill set, right? And like the Rogue Trader in the Rogue Trader in the Rogue Trader pen and paper RPG is more like a kind of like almost like a charismatic melee guy. Not really so much like like knowledge skills or anything like that. So he's not really geared to more like a Captain Picard playstyle. And plus, I think you can get basic pistol weapon training. You can get, so I think he starts, okay, what we had, there's a, can I actually look up, I don't think I'd have to, so I kind of don't want to scroll all the way back, but the way Warhammer 40,000 pen and paper generation works is that there's a origin system where it's kind of like a tiered list where you kind of on the top is like the planet of origin, and it goes like your early life and then your middle of your life and more recent events in your life and like what kind of caused you to get to this point in the role-playing game, right? And on the bottom is like your different careers. Like there is in the core rulebook vanilla version of the Warhammer 40,000 pen and paper role-playing game, there's Rogue Trader, Arch Militant, which are like the general like fighting class, right? Doesn't really do much more than fighting. Can be melee, can be range. There is Void Master. It has a lot of the same like fighting skills the Arms Master has, but it has a lot of like piloting skills, both like the greater void ship and like individual things, like if you're piloting like a tank or a fighter plane or something like that. They have a lot of skills for that too. Navigator, which is also one of, I think is probably Navigator and Seneschal are my favorite classes, I want to say, in Warhammer 40,000 pen and paper role-playing game, the Rogue Trader version. Seneschal, of course. There is Explorator, which are the tech priests version of it. They're like the explorer scientists, right, and engineers. There are missionaries, which are the priests of the group, and they do have a little bit of the faith system from the Dark Heresy series of pen and paper role-playing game, but it's very, very limited, right? They only has like stuff they get, like they can spend fate points, which are your resources to re-roll stuff and to avoid death. That's what fate points are. They can utilize that, but they're very, very limited to like some other really cool faith powers in the game, I think. And what else was I think? I think that was it. But essentially, Captain Picard, through that point where you can actually decide like what their ability, you get like little small abilities, and you also get to just like figure out like what were they doing at any particular point in their life. We had like Captain Picard in this version of Warhammer 40,000. There is a Federation. They're off to the side. They're not. There's not a lot of warp routes to get to the Federation version of this. And keep in mind, you're building this character for a player that is very intimidated about making their own character in Warhammer 40,000. So you're just giving them like a standard sci-fi character to really take place. So it's like this particular section of planets actually does have dealings with Xenos races. They give lip service to the Imperium in like the Imperial Creed. They're very, very, there's not a very strong awareness of what the Imperium is, just that they're benefactor. They help keep technology flowing, resources flowing, but they just have to pay their taxes, right? So the Federation is really good about paying their taxes on time. So generally, the Greater Imperium leaves them alone, right? And just because of their area in the galaxy, they don't deal with a lot of like the more horrific aspects of the Warhammer 40,000 setting, and they can kind of like make a very peaceful coalition of planets, right? So you can just play it like that, right? You don't know, like your Captain Picard character doesn't really know anything about the Imperium in general. Like he's all about, bringing truth and justice to mankind and exploring like a typical like Star Trek character would, right? But I think we said that Captain Picard did have a lot of, he lost his ship because, in the original Star Trek The Next Generation series, Captain Picard, before he took on the Enterprise, he did lose like the Stargazer, I think was it. So we actually got that for the origin feats. We saw that he lost, like there's, from what we were building the Enterprise D and Captain Picard, we found out that he was involved in an incident at the borders of the Federation, right? And he lost his ship down there, and this kind of like set into like motion where he's going to have to kind of go outside his comfort zone into the greater Imperium, right? In order to get this thing done. Now, if we're saying, yeah, so like he lost his ship, he's getting a new one. He has kind of like a naive version, like idea of like the outlook of the universe, but he has like a lot of knowledge skills, like books about like old Earth, and knows a little bit more about. Maybe you could say he knows French, right? Like a long lost ancient Earth language. But yeah, and like we were talking about early in the stream, like what we decided on is that the let's see here, the ship that where party was starting off at was going to be 20, was going to be there's a frigate pattern, and I think we said that we would have to actually, because the pattern that we had started out with 20 had a little bit more ship points requirement in order to get. So I was saying that you can just talk with your DM, ask if you can kind of reduce the amount of profit factor your party starts off with in order to get like a slightly better ship, right? Which I think it was like 3 difference that we'd have to adjust it by, which is not that big a deal really. When you kind of establish yourself in a Warhammer 40,000 campaign, you're gonna get your that profit factor back, a decent amount of time, I would say. Let's see here. I think it's in this book. Light cruiser, corvettes. Yeah, it was a Falcon. I think it was, no, there's Claymore. No. So it's a Falcon class frigate, right? This guy right here is what we decided to be the Enterprise. So the Enterprise, we said it was given to kind of like the original Enterprise, because you can actually build a ship just kind of like a character, right? So generally what you do is you get all the players around the party at the table, and you all design the ship together and what their history was, what kind of components you want to do, what kind of ship you want. Is it an exploration ship? Is it a military ship? Is it really good at firing torpedoes or good with fighters? Is it good for long-range exploration, or is it good for diplomacy? Like, is it going to have like a little promenade where like diplomats can actually come and like talk and like relax and stuff like that? Is it like does your ship have like a giant xeno zoo, right, where you can have like all sorts of sentient and non-sentient xenobeast kind of like out there for display, be all sorts of stuff. But we decided like the Falcon class frigate, the Enterprise, the Glorious D would be more of an exploration ship. Has like, I think it has like 42 detection. No, not 42. What am I talking about? I think it was like 20. Detection is 14. I think we said it was like 20. It's like 29. I think it's like 24, 29 detection. We managed to get it up pretty decently, right? So that's a really, really good detection skill. It comes equipped with a torpedo tube. I think it's limited to what it can actually do with a torpedo tube. But that way we have, kind of like a Star Trek the Next Generation kind of like theme where you can fire like the various lasers, throw out like torpedoes. Players that are jumping into this role-playing game, but have not really too familiar with Warhammer 40,000, they'll understand that, right? So, and I think we saw from the background of the Glorious D was that it was part of an explorator fleet, or it's part of like some sort of like a corps of engineers, right? But like something happened in its past. It has certain architect like ancient technology on board, which I think we can actually go over really quick. I think we did everything except get like the architect components, right? But yeah, like Captain Picard as this theoretical campaign that we're designing for a player who is very nervous about joining the Warhammer 40,000 community. It's a Captain Picard character. We probably have other players that are kind of building their own character, but the ship itself is very, we can say even like the design, it's not as typically Imperium. Well, let's say it has more of like a wider brim, like saucer section, almost like a Star Trek style. And it's the Glorious D with Captain Picard. There's certain events that kind of like made the Federation, was never really a part of the greater galactic stage, but now that there's this incident where there's a misunderstanding, shots were fired. It could be in like an alien race, or it could be like Imperium in general. Now Captain Picard has to actually set out with a bunch of other characters that the players are making. And yeah, it doesn't matter if like this player playing the Captain Picard character doesn't know anything about the Imperium. He'll learn as he plays, right? So you'll kind of explain certain things depending on whether players are at the table. So there's still kind of like a thing where just if you have this kind of this setup for your player, just say like if you're familiar with Captain Picard, just play him like Captain Picard, right? If you see like some human rights abuses and you want to act on them, you want to protect the weak and be altruistic, I mean, do that, right? And then he can kind of find out like overall that like the certain things. I would recommend probably having another experienced a player at the table who's experienced in Warhammer 40,000, and just kind of I won't say like babysit, but like kind of like ease the transition into like what Warhammer 40,000 is, right? But if like for some reason, like if you have your entire table is like no one's familiar with Warhammer 40,000 at all, I would say that let them, the idea is just let them have fun in general, right? Now, you would think that like a lot of like classic sci-fi altruists, keep in mind like well, let's see, the party are going to have a warrant of trade or a writ of like action when they kind of fly out on their ship and do their own thing. So like certain, and they're going to be powerful individuals that they can't immediately be arrested. If like say like they see a bunch of people that are being enslaved on a planet for like in like war factories, that are like officially sanctioned by the Imperium, they are not necessarily going to be immediately arrested by trying to save some of these people, you know? I would say like if you're trying to kind of have the right balance of having lore where the Imperium just comes down hard on these people, the players, if they're trying to be like good people, I would say like always, I would say do it like this, right? I would say like always let the party know that this empire that they might be up against is incredibly powerful. It is like the threat of prosecution of the Glorious D and the party, the crew of the Glorious D, is a very real thing that is incoming. But you don't have to necessarily like always punish them whenever they want to be classic sci-fi. Just like always describe that like there's like powerful ships in the area, like to describe the Imperium as like this very intimidating force. Like if the Enterprise crew actually had to deal with them, it wouldn't go very well with them, right? But it kind of like depends on what the storyline for your campaign is going to be. But I would say if you're just like in this aspect of like dealing with a party that like they want to be good guys in the Imperium, let them do that as long as you can. But like, and don't necessarily just punish them every time they do it, but like always just have like, they always know that there's some like force in the background that might come in and punish them at any particular time, right? Make them like say like give them a lot of opportunity to get connections, maybe the Inquisition, certain like more. I know it sounds so weird saying benevolent in Warhammer 40,000, but more benevolent characters that they can interact with and kind of like like throw some like politicking around to kind of get them from like being punished for being the good guys, like getting around that kind of stuff. And there's just that in itself would be a campaign. But it all depends on what you want to do. Like if you're just doing like a sandbox type game, or if you actually have like a plot that's going in your campaign that you want to kind of steer them to, right? But I say in general, yeah, just make sure that they have fun. Dr. Meaty. Hey, Dr. Meaty, did you know that Deadpool's off switch Deadpool's off switch is right next to his prostate. Oh wait, maybe it's on his it's on his switch. Hey, what's going on, Dr. Meaty? I did not know that, but now I know. I feel like it's something that I know now and I can't unknow it. So thanks, Dr. Meaty. I appreciate that. But yeah, let's actually take a quick look at some of the Archaeotech components really quick. Actually, I don't know if should we? Just really briefly. I don't think there's much to really say. But I think I might just end the stream. But yeah, because I think we kind of covered up. Okay, that's what I'll do. Before we end the stream, what I'll say is that next week, when we talk about building a character, we'll talk about building a fantasy character in Warhammer 40,000 role-playing game. So like say like if a player has only played like Dungeons and Dragons, how would you import like the idea of a Dungeons and Dragons type character into Rogue Trader, right? So we'll talk about that next week. But anyways, it's doable. It's doable because there are all sorts of people in the Warhammer 40,000 universe pooping and prodding around. Anyways, guys, if you haven't already, well, first off, thank you very much for attending my stream. Really do appreciate that. I think next week what we're going to have coming up, Tuesday, we're going to play another old MMO. We're going to do Champions Online. On Tuesday, we're not going to do Wednesday this week. We're going to try out Tuesdays for a little bit and see if it works. Thursday, we're going to be playing, I think I got it working. Where in the U.S. is Carmen Sandiego. We're going to be playing on that. Saturday, we're going to be doing Jimmy and the Pulsating Mass again. And then the following Sunday, we're going to be doing Rogue Trader. So that's where we're stuff to look forward to. Anyways, if you haven't already, be sure to like and follow and subscribe on YouTube and Twitch. I really do appreciate you guys. But until I see you next time, take care. Be good. Enjoy your weekend, okay? I will see you when I see you. Bye-bye.